Okay, hi guys. Hope everyone is doing well. Um, I won't be long, right? I'll try and make this video as short as possible, right? Okay, so I have a few updates from the previous week. I'm not really sure. Yeah, I think it was the previous week. I had shared a few setups I was looking at, or I was anticipating. But then I think no, none of them have played out as of yet. I'm just so basically I have a few updates, right? I have a few updates for you guys. So we're just gonna begin with the Eurocat. This one is already gone, to be quite honest, because it has already tapped into the supply. This is what we have. This is what we have, right? This is what we have. So at this point, I'm hoping that it pushes back into this supply, maybe something like this, and take out this high, give us a delay into the supply, and we're gonna take it aggressively, right? We're gonna take it aggressively because now, if it continues dropping like this, it means I'm gonna have to, or we're gonna have to wait for something like this. You see, and it could take weeks, right? So as I'm saying, I'm hoping it pushes back into this. I'm hoping it pulls back into the supply, takes out this high and gives us a delay, and then we're gonna take it aggressively, right? Yeah. Hope hope that makes sense. Hope that is clear. So I have an update on this one as well. I remember I thought I had missed this by I remember I actually missed this initial entry, which was this one. I think it went crazy as well. Yeah, almost 100 peeps. I was not present at that time. I had to be somewhere. So last week, I started noticing it was pulling back into this demands. And then obviously, I thought because this is happening at my point of interest, like honestly, usually I don't really entertain this, but then because it happened, or this though theory happened at my point of interest, you know, hence I was attempting to buy this USD cat. Hence I was having something like this, but then it kept proving me wrong, right? It kept proving me wrong. I think I had about two losses on this zone and on this zone as well. So I was really frustrated, I'm not gonna lie. So now I was just analyzing it now and I was actually updating it because this thing is bullish. It's not a question. So I'm noticing that it could actually be trying to give us a trigger. You see, this was the first tap, second tap, and then we're just gonna wait for a tap back into the CP level, which is also a spike, right? Just a tap and then see if it actually pushes higher. But then now, the most confusing part is that there's way too many valid zones, right? So I'm just gonna make an example. I'm just gonna make an example. Let's see. This zone is valid, yes, but then it is not guaranteed that once price taps into this CP level, it's just gonna start pushing as intended, right? We have this zone as well. We have this zone as well. You see, we have way too many zones. We also have this one. Let me just zoom out. Let me just zoom out as well. We also have this. Yeah, 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 yeah. We also have these other zones as well. What does this mean? This means basically that price could start moving as intended upon the tap of any of the zones because they are all valid, right? Why do I say they are valid? They are all below the 50%. They are all below the 50%. They are all at the discount, right? They are all at the discount. See, they're all valid. But then my first attempt is gonna be on this CP level or upon the tip of the CP level, right? If you wanna understand a little bit more, just you could just leave a comment there on the comment section. I'll hit you up with my WhatsApp numbers, then we could start communicating, right? Because I do offer a course, right? It's a really good course, not gonna lie. So just gonna wait for price to pull back into this CP level and hope it start hope it's gonna start pushing or start moving as intended. Well, also have the same thing on the USDR. Also have the same thing on the USDR. It has already tapped into this zone actually, you see. But then because this is a really huge zone, right? You see this one that you're seeing right now. It is a minimized version of the whole zone. This zone from where you see from here exactly from here from from here exactly from here it's a 4 hour zone, right? So because I'm not comfortable with that because this zone is really huge, right? Let me just confirm with you. You see 58, 85, 90. I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not very, very comfortable with that. Hence, I'm hoping, especially since it's still in the AMs, I'm hoping price is still gonna push a little bit lower back into the supplies. Sorry, back into this minimized version. Sorry about that. I'm hoping price is gonna dip a little bit lower back into this, minimized version of this demand and then start moving as intended, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, let me just forget about that one. So this one is moving nicely. He's already made about 700 pips, 680, 690, which is really good. I also have this one. I also have this one. I'm just waiting for price to pull back into this CP level, right? Let me just confirm what the fib date. Let me just confirm what the fib exactly. So I'm just gonna wait for price to pull back into this demand or CP level and then attempt to push it higher. This one I'm not really interested. I'm not really interested. This one, same difference. Same difference as the OZ. Sorry, as the Euro OZ. Yeah. Just waiting for price to pull back into this CP level and then, I'm gonna attempt to push it higher. Sorry, let me just confirm. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That was my birthday. This one is already gone. I'm not really interested. This one is playing around. This one is already gone. It has moved about 130 pips, but then it seems like now it's coming back. I remember I did was it was it on the previous video? Yeah, I think it was. And this was a really small zone, 15 pips. Hopefully it's gonna continue pushing lower, right? Hopefully it's gonna continue dropping. I remember, yeah, I did have it on the previous video. and it seems like it's respecting this supply, sorry, the CP level, or rather the supply. Hopefully, it's gonna continue dropping lower. This one, just gonna wait for it to pull back into this one, sorry, into this CP level. I think we also have a few more valid spikes. You see, the most frustrating part for me now is sorry, let me just, yeah, the most frustrating part for me now is peaking CP levels, because if I have something like this and then I'm just gonna grab my fib from here to here, I'm looking for a zone that is below the 50, right? Sorry, in this case, that is above the 50. Cool. Meaning any of these zones which is above the 50 is valid. Meaning price could just get back into these zones, into any of these zones, and into any of these previous zones, and then start moving as intended. But then now I've also added the 62, meaning I want a zone that is at the 62, either at the 62 or in this case of a downtrend above the 62, right? Hence, I have this zone which is a spike. So let me just get rid of this fib. But then now, this is not the only valid zone, right? I'm just gonna make you an example. This is the most frustrating part. But then apart from that, we're good, bro. Not gonna lie, we're good. You see, this this is a very much valid zone. It's very much valid. We also have this zone, which is valid as well. We also have this zone, which is valid as well. Or you could just extend it, which is valid as well. We also have this zone, which is valid as well. We also have the supply, which is also valid, meaning price could just return upon the top of any of the zones, right? Which is the most tricky part, and it's annoying, it's annoying. Unless you only have like one valid zone, then you know that okay, I'm just gonna wait for price to pull back. For example, let's just say this was the only valid zone. Let's just say there was no favorable gaps or no valid other zones, right? Let's just say this zone right here, as you can see, it's a CP level which has a spike. Let's just say this zone had a favorable gap and then a spike. So then I would know that I'm just gonna wait for price to tap into this, right? Definitely sure it's gonna move as intended upon the tip of this, right? But then in this case, you have to be very very patient and very very careful, right? This one is already gone. This one I'm still waiting for it to pull back into the supply, right? And then this one, the very same thing as on the NZD USD. So I'm just gonna wait for price to pull back into this CP level, which is also a spike and also a every gap, right? And then, excuse me, this one is moving, right? I remember we had it last week, so it seems to be moving well. Hopefully, it continues. Even though I'm not really happy with its movement, it is very choppy. I don't like it. I don't like it. But let's wait and see what happens. Okay, so on this one, I don't know why it's creeping like this. I don't know why it's acting this way. I'm just waiting for it to pull back into the CP level, right? And then I'm just gonna sell it really, really hard, very, very hard. Okay, that was my birthday, just a few seconds. So I'm waiting for it to pull back into the CP level. I remember we also have like a favorite gap. So this is liquidity. That was my birthday. This is liquidity. So I want price to pull back into this highs, take out this liquidity, fill this favorite gap, and then tap into this CP level, which is also a spike. This one, this one is playing around. This one I haven't really analyzed it, but so I'm waiting for something like this. I'm waiting for price to pull back into these zones, and then we're gonna sell it really, really hard. I'm gonna have an update. I think by midweek, because I can't be sending updates literally each and every day, because I'm a swing trader and my setups they need time, they need some patience. So on this one, I'm just gonna wait for price to pull back into this one, right? I'm just gonna wait for price to pull back into the CP level and then push it higher. This is what I have on the weekly. This is what I have on the monthly, right? That makes sense. This is what I have. This is where this leg began. I'm currently focused on the on. Sorry, I'm currently focusing on this leg. See, there's the leg I'm focusing on. I don't like my voice though. My voice is really bad. You see, it tapped into this 62 exactly. It tapped into the 62, and then you see this reaction. Like most of the time, if price does not like if price does not move as intended upon the top of the 62, at least you're gonna get a reaction to break even, right? You see, 600 pips. It's a lot of pips, bro. It's a lot of pips. So if I had my sorry, if I had placed my CP level on the 62 exactly, you see, I would have eight. You would have eight there. 600 pips. It's a lot of pips, but then I can see now. Seems like it's pulling back. Seems like it's pulling back. Yeah, seems like it's pulling back. So I'm just gonna wait for price to pull back into this CP level and attempt it again. Yeah, I think that was it. I think that was it. I think that was it. Because this one is going crazy. I'm not gonna lie. This one is going crazy. It is also a setup from last year. Last year, I remember. No, yeah, I remember. It was actually last year. I'm just gonna try and be quick. So I remember me. I was trying to buy it here, upon here. So upon the top of this CP level, CP level, CP level, CP, until eventually I almost gave up. You see, so it's going crazy this one as well, which is really really good. Yeah, I think that was it. Hope everyone is doing well. Please hit me up in the comments there. If you'd like to communicate with me, or if you need some help, if you'd like to buy my course, hit me up, James. Hit me up. I'll be happy to assist. I'm your G. I'm your G. I'm a G. Thank you very much. Please subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you.